I'd like to discuss the artists I've used for my interviews, because obviously now I've finished all of my interview videos and I've uploaded, I think it's 12 or 13 of them, maybe more, I'm not sure. So I think it's important to go back to the artists now that I've uploaded a total of 16 videos, I think, maybe even 17. So I think the first artist that's definitely the most significant within the interviews would be Rory Kramer. Rory Kramer is the editor and cinematographer for a music duo, the Chainsmokers, and he makes their lyric videos and their music videos for a lot of things. They basically make electronic dance music and he makes the videos for them. And there's this one thing he does where he writes out the lyrics in permanent marker on a piece of paper, and then he films the lyrics with his phone, and then he inserts that clip over the top of the footage that he's shooting for the clip, so that you can read the lyrics as they go, but obviously the lyrics are just his own handwriting. And I thought that that was really interesting, so I practiced doing that and experimented with doing that. So the next artist is Augie. Augie is a vlogger. He lives in New York City and rides around on his BMX bike, and that's basically what his entire YouTube career is about. What's quite interesting about his editing style is that it looks a lot like one of my other artists, but I like the way that Augie does it more than the other artists who I will mention later on, because it's more relatable, it's more realistic. There's just there's a touch to it where you can appreciate every shot and you really feel like you're part of his life. So I used Augie's editing style for my edits. He basically cuts to the music beat, which I think is quite interesting. And he also does this thing where he obviously talks to the camera, which is something I've done quite a lot in this. That's what I've done in this series as well. But I really like the type of music he uses and the way his videos end up looking because of the music. That's quite interesting. Another artist is Valspire. Valspire is also known as Aiden. He's just a guy my age in America who just makes videos for fun about his life and his adventures. And what I really like about his videos is he does this thing where he does voiceovers.
Listen, I already know what you're thinking. Wow, Aiden is such a good dancer.
And I did it in the first few videos I made, but he would freeze the frame and make it look all fuzzy and blurry. And I did a similar thing, but I just made my screen black, completely black, and then I would just speak over that black frame. I chose work as the starting point for my last A-level art project, and I think I did it in the exam piece video, and I think that's really interesting. It just kind of gives this really dramatic effect where I just stop the video and just talk, and then all you can do is just listen, because you're forced to just listen, because there's none of your other senses are useful in that moment in time. I think that's really interesting. Then another artist I use is Mace. Mace makes videos. He has this way of making videos where he makes a video inside a video. And a video inside a video, by that I mean he has this video that he's filming, but he's talking about making another video in the video that he's filming.
I've created this prime cam to imitate a traditional vlogging setup in the past.
And what's quite interesting about that is it gives almost a sort of Inception kind of feeling, and he will just cut to him editing this video that you're watching right now. So you kind of feel like he's there with you watching it. And I haven't done that cutting thing where I'm editing what you're watching. I haven't done that, but it is definitely an interesting concept, and I do really like that. And I kind of think that this whole video thing that I've done, it's about me introducing a video or an interview or interviews, then showing the interviews and then explaining. So it's kind of like 3 videos in one, or 3 sort of videos in one. There's one more artist who I referred to earlier, but I haven't named him yet. He's called Neistat. He's probably one of the biggest YouTube creators in the world at the moment. I stumbled across his videos when I was 13, so 5 years ago. Back then, he didn't vlog yet. He only made just short films about things that happened in his life and the way he lives. And so he made videos about biking, about bikes being stolen, and about how he always gets injured when he bikes around New York City because he's forced to bike in the bike lane, but the bike lane is actually more dangerous than the road. And him not having enough parking space for his bike, so he just makes his own.
This is my office, and there's nowhere to lock your bike.
And then gets told that he can't do that. So he has a bunch of storylines that I really like, but actually what I used of his in my videos are the props.
So then that's sneaking in 1 more hour of work.
So I made a couple of props in some of the videos that you've seen. I hate work. In the first 3 videos actually. The introduction video, the artist reference video, and the mental breakdown video. I use props in all of those. And that's all very inspired by him. I've experimented with that before in other videos I've made, not for this project, just for my own purposes. And yeah, I really like his style, and I really appreciate how much time and effort goes into it. But it just looks so authentic. It looks so tangible and so just really authentic. And so that's kind of it. The rest, obviously Dottie James, but I kind of had to include her because she's part of the translations I did, you know, the Rory Kramer inspired ones. That's also part of what she did, because it includes these white lines, and that was for the titles. So for all of the introductions, you see me wearing a different shirt in the interviews, and I walk up and I hold a piece of paper and it says, "Do you like your job?" Something like that. And I went over the screen in Adobe After Effects and wrote that out in a white brush on the program itself. And that's very Dottie James inspired. She does sometimes write out words. Usually she does more graphic-y things where she just kind of draws shapes or makes borders. But I did really like the white because it works so well with the colors, because obviously white goes with everything and so does black. But black was too intense.